Let's fight! Welcome in the ring to each and every one of you again. Let's fight! Welcome in the ring, folks. Great to have you guys wherever you're joining us from, whether you're joining us from Twitterverse, you Twitterers from Twitterverse. Happy to have you guys in the ring this evening. Whether you're joining us from YouTube, the suburbs of social media. Welcome in the ring. Or you guys are in the ghetto. Good to see each and every one of you is it Yannick Lynch and Beatrice Selby, Cycling Earl, the first folks to jump into the ring this evening, at least in the comment section. Really great to see so many of you guys. We told y'all, even though we're coming up to Christmas, we ain't gearing down, we gearing up, folks, bringing you all the credible and valid information. Great to see each and every one of you wherever you guys are. And those of you who are joining us for the first time, or the first time after a long time, we know we should tell you guys, we get a little rowdy here. We get a little rowdy here. In the ring, folks, we get rowdy. Is anything goes. Anything goes. But it's great to see all of you, all of the usual suspects like Frank Moore and Penelope Hudson. I see, again, Cycling Earl, Dorrit, David is there, Lucy Moore, Deborah Sharona Lynch, good to see you there, Marlon Duncan and Junior Ramatar, Rochelle Pollard, all you fantastic folks like Stephanie Watson, Nicola Henderson, Shirley Madison, Tasha Salet, good to see you, Bentley Edwards, Avril Blackett, Myrna Sampson, all of you beautiful, beautiful folks. We trust that you guys would have joined us during lunch. You had lunch with us. You were part of our podcast below the belt. We had a very, very special guest today. We had Volda and Lawrence, and we've been calling it Volda Thursday because she joined us for our podcast during lunch. And we're going to have her again this evening. We're going to continue our discussion and our deliberation, folks, on some of the issues of the day. Great to have her with us, guys. You know, we're going to head to the fight card first, and then we're going to come back. We're going to come back, guys, and we're going to talk with the one and only Volda and Lauren. She is fired up. She is ready to go. She is excited to be with you guys, and we're going to see her in just a little bit. But as you guys come on, you know we always ask that you share the live stream, guys. You share the live stream. We want to see those emojis as well. We want to see how you guys are feeling out there on social media. So great to have you. We can see some of you stickling on a chair, trying to fix the curtains. Some of you are cleaning out the fridge. You're listening. Some of you are having your walnuts and your Danish cookies. Guys, really, really good to see each and every one of you. Paul DeAngelo, we see you there. Alson, we see you as well. Volme Wilson, we see you. Donna Samuel, and is it Trevina Yard? Alexis, good to see you, Alexis. Good to see you, Alexis. And all the other folks like Patricia Kissoon, good to see all of you guys. Wherever you're joining us from tonight, guys, share the live stream to a friend, tag a friend of me. You're on YouTube, you're on Facebook, you can share that stream right back to WhatsApp, for instance. You can share that link right back to WhatsApp, and family and friends can watch in the ring right from WhatsApp. Guys, wherever you're joining us from tonight, we are privileged to have you in the ring with us. We would prefer to have it no other way. We love spending this time with you guys. We love spending this time with you guys. We love it. We can't ask for more. Really and truly love it, guys. And as you know, we always say, in the ring, we don't run out of water. It takes something to keep the lights on. It takes something to keep the internet on. It takes something to keep the staff with us, folks. And because of that, we've been asking you guys to partner with us. We cannot do it without you. And we've said, look, we understand that things tight. We understand that. But for $5 per month, which is 1,000 Ghana dollars, 10 US, 15, 20 US per month, guys, if you partner with us in that way, it helps us to go a far way. It helps us another day, another week, another month, and hopefully another year and years to come, guys. And we are happy that this program belongs to each and every one of you because you help us in this tremendous, tremendous, tremendous way. I don't know about you, but guys, we are ready to get to the fight card because we got a lot of information to go through. We got a lot of information to go through, and we hope that as you guys come on, we want to see those emojis. We want to see those shares. People, we want to see those shares. We want to see them. We're craving, licorice, and hungry for the shares and the like because it helps more people. It helps more people to see the broadcast. It helps more people to see the broadcast, guys. So come on board with us and partner. And for those of you who has partnered with us in the past, guys, we encourage you to do so again. Of course, we want to close the year off without any debts owing, without any bills to be paid. We want to get into the next year fired up and ready to go. We got a whole host of news and information for you this evening. And then we got the one and only former Minister of Health, former Minister of Social Protection, and former Chairman of the PNCR, Volda and Lawrence, is going to be with us at the other end of the program. Folks, we want to hasten to the fight card. Let's fight, guys. Let's fight. Let's fight. Let's fight. We don't know where you guys are, but we want to fight. We've come out to fight. We come out to fight. We've been coming out to fight, guys. We've been training for you guys, and we are happy that you guys are here with us. And we're going to tag you in the comments. We are going to tag you guys in the comments. We are going to tag you guys in the comments, who God, because we want you guys to come in the ring and fight the trenches. They're going to be in the comments. They are going to be in the comments. Bring up that graphic big on the screen. It's time to fight as we head to the fight card. It is time to fight. It is time to fight. Time to fight, Samuel. Estelle Sinclair, time to fight. Andre Cuthbert, time to fight. Leslie Niles, it's time to fight. Tessa Isaacs, Gravesandi, it's time to fight. It's time to fight. Loretta Roberts, and is it Shirley, why are you tricking me up like that? Lester Williams, the names are going by so fast. Frank Taylor Brown, and is it Kellon Daly and Diane Fordyce? The name is going by so fast. Leslie Alves, good to see you, Leslie. And I ain't see you for a little bit, Leslie. And Rachel Glasgow, Brian Soka, Mona Monroe. Great to see each and every one of you guys. We are going to go through the fight card with pace and power. Pace and power, because we are going to have with us this evening the one and only Volda and Lawrence at the end of it. And we don't want to miss the discussion for anything. We part of the discussion and we're more excited than y'all. We're more excited. Let her Coppin. We're more excited. Michelle Johnson, Michelle. Good to see each and every one of you in the ring, folks. Let's get right to the fight card. That's where we got to go. A lot of names calling, people. A lot of names calling tonight. That's where we are in the fight card. A lot of names calling. People from the diaspora. Names calling. Folks from the new, the Police Service Commission. The PSC. Oh, Father. Some names calling. A lot of names calling. The Finlay name calling. A lot of name calling. Catfish. Name calling. Yep. Nigel Darmland name calling. And I'm going to call some of your names. Like Alexis Douglas, Ernest Elliott, Derwin Orwin Don Cook, and Myrna Monroe, Dolores Denny, and is it Dre Lashma? Am I calling that right? Drelshma. Yep. Mark Williams. I don't know why some of your parents didn't give y'all simple names like Sherrod, simple names like Dave, all kinds of fancy names, all kinds of tongue twisters. Ibon Lamy, your name calling. Volme Wilson, Chisung Henry, Auntie Sandra Hanover. I call in your name tonight. Roxanne Odessa Jacobs, I call in your name. Paul DeAndrew, Chevron McLeod, Sharon Eastman. Good to see you. They got a champion here now. Champion Marvin Garraway, Nicole Jones, Asani Bowman, Shondell Madas, and Beverly. Oh, the names are rushing by. Good to see each and every one of you. Good to see each and every one of you folks. Tomorrow, let me tell you what's happening tomorrow. Tomorrow in the podcast, it's going to be Christmas Eve with the Hughes. It's going to be a Hughes Christmas Eve. The Hughes Christmas Eve. Tomorrow on our podcast, we have Nigel Hughes is going to be joining us and his darling, lovely wife, Catherine Hughes. They're going to be joining us. Yep. Kathy Hughes and Nigel Hughes are going to be on the podcast tomorrow. It's going to be the Hughes Christmas Eve on the podcast tomorrow. We're in the business. We're in the family business. We're in Nigel company business. We're in all the business tomorrow, folks. And they're going to be in a little bit business too. But we're going to have both Kathy Hughes and Nigel Hughes side by side on the podcast, folks. So I'm just putting that out there already. Let's get to the fight card. A lot of names calling. Moving on. And I call a lot of y'all names too. You can't worry about them though. A lot of y'all names calling. From around the world, folks. From around the world. Here are some of the things happening around the world. And one thing in particular. You guys know that we got Guyanese all over the world. All over the world, we got Guyanese. Yeah? All over. Not one or two places, folks. All over the world, we got Guyanese living. And some of y'all do us very proud. Some other people, oh, Father. Oh, Father. Some other people are easy. Some other people not easy at all. Yeah, put me to shame. Yeah, put me to shame. Especially, some of them jagabats in the diaspora. Especially some of the jagabats in the diaspora. But if you want to be fair, some of we own people too. But mostly the jagabats. Them is the set. Mostly the jagabats. But what we saw recently, folks. What we saw recently. I'm trying to get my notes. Why my notes want to elude me? It's from California. A young lady in California got her flag flying high. Yep. And she has just been elected as a Superior Court judge in California. Nigel Darmlal won't like she. He ain't got problems with her judgment. Nasadev, he's going to have problems with her judgment, with the quality of judgment. Right? And by she blacked her, he can leave she up to AFC. He can say we meet the court in California. He said, up to people. He not like she. But we are privileged that recently California Governor Gavin Newsom appointed 11 Superior Court justices. And this young lady, Allison M. Williams, she was one of them. Justice Allison Williams. She was one of them. She is Guyanese, born, lived in the U.S. for a long time. And she has studied law at Western Michigan University, and she passed the state bar in 2005. Of course, we are very, very privileged whenever we see Guyanese overseas. Could we go to the other slide so the folks can see her? Yep. Let's go to the other graphic there. Right? So the other folks can see her. And indeed, respect and manners to her. Respect and manners to Allison, this young lady who has our flag flying so high in the diaspora. She got we flag flying high. Allison Williams. Guys, be like Allison Williams. Means not necessarily be justices. You understand me? But dedicate yourself to your job, to your work, with integrity, with character, with discipline. Not like the jagabats that in the diaspora hustling. You understand me? We got to be people of a difference. And so respect and manners to Allison Williams, Justice Allison Williams, there in California, who was recently appointed as a justice at the Superior Court there in California. And again, we are so privileged where that is concerned. Any bit of news with Guyanese doing well overseas excites us. And sometimes there's a welcome distraction to the purgatory happening at home. It is a welcome distraction again, and we are so happy. We are so happy for what's happening there with this young lady. And that, folks, is some of what is happening around the world. Picture of the day. Picture of the day. I love this part of the program. We love this part of the program. picture of the day. Of course, y'all know catfish can feature plenty because there isn't a picture that we see don't stand out with catfish. It's the nature of them. It's the nature. And so this is catfish recently. This is catfish with one kit nasty mind too. As some people say, kit nasty mind too. Sometimes you know the wicked there or this use. But apparently COVID finished. Right? Because kids set fire upon mask. Right? I don't get 1 foot in the grave. Me ain't care about COVID. Me ain't care about Delta. I don't live me life. Fire upon Omicron. Me ain't gotta wear no mask. Right? And the everyone should be setting the example. Is there COVID-19 rules and regulations and protocols? I mean, they inherit most of it from the new AFC regime, but it's demo now. Right? So fire upon social distancing. Fire upon that. We learned very early part of the protocols. You elbow if you got to greet. More than likely you use the elbow. You give an elbow. Not them. Right? So no social distancing, no mask. And this was at yet another event. It was at yet another event of the PPP. And they're telling us, they're telling public servants, oh, y'all don't have socials and y'all don't have parties. And look at the example they're setting. That, folks, is our picture of the day. Picture of the day, folks. Fires of the PPP. Fires of the PPP. Or at least it could be the beginnings. It could be the beginnings of fires of the PPP. Because today, folks, ladies and gentlemen, today we saw just at the Ministry of Finance, we saw a lot of folks there, fire engines in tow. At the Ministry of Finance, soon as these guys come in, it's fire left, right, and center. Let's see that graphic at the Ministry of Finance there. And bring it up big on the screen for us. Oh, yes. Fires of the PPP. Right? There was a bomb scare at the Ministry of Finance. And we know what happened with the Breakdown Police Station. We know what happened with the building that housed the DPP office and the Office of Professional Responsibility of the Police Force. There was a bomb scare also, a fire threat at the Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development. This is about the third bomb scare at the Ministry of Finance. There was the burning down of the Charlestown Post Office. There was a fire scare at the Campbellville Post Office, at NIS. These are the people. Soon as they come, bomb scare, fire. It's the nature of them. I'm telling you, since folks, since August 2nd, 2020, it's a dark cloud over this country. The only thing giving light is the fires. It's the fires of the PPP. And so today, folks, could have been such an event. Could have been such an event. We know that the Guyana Police Force hasn't always been too quick on the feet. The Guyana Fire Service, that is, haven't always been too quick on the feet. We're still waiting for the report out of that fire there that consumed the building that housed the DPP's office and the Office of Professional Responsibility. We're still waiting on the report, so they haven't been too quick on the feet, folks. Bring us back, guys. That, folks, is another episode. Fires of the PPP. Fires of the PPP. Things tight in this country. Things tight. And we have been following, folks, some of the hampers that this $7,000 and throwing public servants' chests. We've been following some of the hampers that have been being procured. A lot of people making big money in this country, you know, off of this $7,000 that they're flinging public servants just because you can't go and buy it. They ain't giving this $7,000 in your hand. They are not putting the $7,000 in your hand. The person who's selling Danish cookies making a real killing off of these $7,000. The person who's selling walnut, we're in the wrong business. The person who's selling walnut making real money off of these hampers. Things tight, folks. And so one of the first ones We want to show you guys one of the first ones we capture. This is the Ministry of Public Health Apple a Day package. This is their package. Volda want to get them something better than that. Volda and Lawrence, the former Minister of Health, who we're going to be talking to in a few minutes, she would have given them a different package. But this is the Ministry of Health Apple a Day package. Viewers around the world, this is their package here. This is their package. They say apple a day keeps the doctor away. And then you eat your apple with some cheesecake. They throw in a cheesecake mix. Right? Of course, you get a little chocolate and you get a little wine. That's the package. That's the 7,000. Well, it got to be some non-alcoholic wine there, because real proper wine gonna be expensive. But we're being advised that y'all see my eyes darting. The guys are saying is wine. But I don't know. This thing look like a lover's package to me. This apple and chocolate and wine and cheesecake. This look like a lover's package to me. So apparently somebody buying for themselves really and truly. And sorry, we can get the rest of the staff the same thing. Right? And some of the nurses called me and said they ain't like this thing here. They ain't want drink on the job. And they working around the clock. They ain't finding time for make all this cheesecake and all of that. Right? But the people who selling apples this Christmas here, making a killing. We in the ring thing here, we should have got into importing and distributing apples and Danish cookies and grapes. That seems to be where the money is. So folks, this here, bring it up big for us. This is the Ministry of Public Health Apple a Day package. And they got a lot of packages out there, in case you all know. They got a lot of packages out there. This next one, this is from Sunny with Love. This one here is called From Sunny with Love. Right? In Sunny, again, you get your little wine. Because they said this money must go to this wine person. Is one of the cronies. He got to get paid back for campaign financing and so on. And the chocolate is a feature too. That's another one they call it. Notice you got apple and grapes. So whoever importing apple and grapes and this wine making a killing. And then of course you all got the foreign mentality. So the dash marshmallow in your chest. Right? And of course you can't get a proper Christmas without your cookies. So cookies featuring Pig and Barley. We're out here with the cookies. Folks, maybe you're joining us from this evening. Share the live stream. Things tight, people. Things tight in this country. And one thing with Guyanese people, the guys are going to bring us back. The one thing with Guyanese people, we are very, very tremendously innovative. Tremendously innovative, guys. We are tremendously innovative. So one family can't afford all the niceties they used to afford and appreciate under the last administration. They can't afford it. So the folks have to get innovative. Right? But you know who's suffering? The children. Because when you see certain gifts, when you see the outline of the gift, right? You get excited. When you see the outline, it's like when you're dating and you see the package. Sometimes you get excited. But when the package unwrap, buyer's remorse. Buyer's remorse, folks. So this is the innovative package here. Bring it up, big guys, so the folks can see it. From around the world, the things we're enjoying in this country, under this catfish administration. See the boy, he says a proper thing, he's excited. He's excited, he said, I got a little CBI here now for roll along with. But then when they unleash the package, Gales Beckles, Elizabeth, Travita, Desiree, Orwin Dawn, Gwyneth Jones, disappointed. This administration. This administration here, they come wrap up nice. Some people think it's people will be getting. They know it's animals. Right? That top picture, that's the PPP. That is the PPP self. They wrap up nice. You see the yellow and red there? They wrap up nice. So you say, hey, proper thing here. Proper thing here. From when UE's proper president, he can tag on and so. When they find unleash, reparation, rapper. When they find unleash, you understand me? That's what they got. Some of y'all think it's a stallion with the get. Y'all is a cabars. Y'all is a cabars. Some of y'all think it's a Doberman. Y'all is a rice eater. You understand me? So the little boy was excited. Lots of you were excited. Lots of PPP supporters were excited. And now, oh God, they can't wait to see the backs of them. They cannot wait to see the backs of them. You understand me? All they get is a certain makeup thing. Right? And you know, my mother used to say, some people got a lot of things. A lot of things. You put all them together, they meet one, one proper thing. That's this government. That is this administration. Yet, folks, we are an industrious and innovative people. Moving on, things tight in this country, folks. Things tight. The PPP come back. The PPP come back. Moving on, they come back, folks. And the people from Bartica are understanding that very, very clearly, that the PPP, they come back. So the people from Bartica got a role. I tell you, we are ingenious, industrious, innovative. The people from Bartica got a role. Pull up this, pull it up for us. Pull it up, selector. We'll come again. Pull it up for us. The people said this engineer in Bartica engineer a road that mimics the river. Is that the Essequibo River from Purica to Bartica? It mimics the road. Usually your road develop bumps and waves over time. But they engineer the road to mimic the river. They say the river got bumps and waves. It's bumpy and it got waves. So this is a fantastic engineer. He knows that is idyllic to Bartica, this river, the waves and so on. And so he has found a way to put the river on the road. Bumps and waves. That is the road they say. PPP, kudos to you. Fascinating engineering. State-of-the-art engineering. I can see people coming from all over the world to traverse this road in Bartica. When you walk in this road, you feel like you're in a speedboat. When you're driving on this road, you feel like you're in a speedboat. And if the rain falls, you get the full experience. You get the full experience. Water splashing in your face, wetting up your clothes and so on. Bumpy and wavy. Full experience on this road there in Bartica. So, folks, this thing could easily be a national attraction. Easily bring billions of tourist dollars to Bartica. So we're waiting to see Bartica now lift off under the installed PPP administration. Moving on, folks. PPP come back. And because it come back, you know, it's friends and family. We know it's friends and family. And some of the nominees to the Police Service Commission, they've been raising eyebrows. The PPP folks, they are about friends and family. They come back. This is idyllic. This is indigenous to the PPP. I'm trying to find the right word. They come back. Folks, wherever you're joining the live stream from this evening, share, and we want to see those emojis as well. Tag a friend, frenemy, tag a side hustle, tag a side chick, tag the main squeeze. They come back. PPP folks, it's about family and friends. I will tell you tonight, it's pace and power. That's what we're dealing with. Pace and power. They come back. And again, some of the nominees to the Police Service Commission, right? You know, everybody deserves to live and work in this country. But we see that Pastor Patrick Finlay has been appointed there, and we advise and understand that he was the former permanent secretary under the PPP of the Ministry of Labor. So Patrick come back in the system now. Patrick come back. What raised eyebrows equally is that Patrick's daughter works for the president. She's the communications director and press secretary of the office of the president. Right? So I hope Patrick is not put in a situation where he got to consider the job of his daughter based on the decision that got to be made. And then the daughter husband too is a contractor with the government. And mind you, everybody got a right to live and work. And the husband is take proper photographs too. 1 or 2 times. He's take good photographs. I've used his service in the past. And folks, these issues aren't easy for me. I know these people. I know them in church circles. Right? I know them in church circles. But the friends and family, everybody. Right? You see, it's one thing when other people doing it. But when we doing it, we want nobody talk. We have other names for it. We got other names. So that is raised eyebrows there. Friends and family. And then you got Mark Conway. who is there as well. Bring up the graphic big on the screen, or am I not following? Yes. Mark Conway is there too. This Jagabat, was at every PPP rally. He was even on the PPP list. How we get a little independence of thought? How we get checks and balance? If the Police Service Commission is a supervisory body over the police force, it keeps the executive in check and balances out this relationship with the executive and police force. Everybody on the Police Service Commission is PPP. How we get independence here? How we get independence? And so again, some of the nominees, this Jagabat, picketed the David Granger-led administration at every turn. But he going to make independent decisions or decisions in the national interest on the Police Service Commission. All of a sudden, he can look after the interest, folks. He can look after the interest. Right? And Finlay, who daughter worked for the president, and son worked for the government, son-in-law worked for the government. He can look after the interest, too. Yes, we can see it happening. He can look after the interest. Right? Fair and unbiased. Let me go on the road with them. US Embassy, let me go on the road with that. British High Commission, let me go on the road with Mr. Finlay and Mr. Conway. I wrong, and you're right. Let me go on the road with them. I wrong, we wrong, and you're right. Let me go down the road with them. Folks, the PPP wicked, stink, and dirty. Wicked, stink, and dirty. And if the PPP being wicked, stink, and dirty was a person, oh God, it's Nigel Damlal. They're wicked, stink, and dirty. And if it was a person, it's Nigel Damlal. So Nigel Damlal passed the instruction that the deputy mayor at Madia should not be paid the little stipend or honorarium or salary. Mind you, it was up under the David Granger-led administration because under them, firstly, they never like local government elections. They never like local government. That's why they have vitiated the local government elections process. They never like the system. And those folks under their watch for 23 years were paid next to nothing. But the David Granger-led administration upped those stipends, remuneration, salaries, and wages at the local government level. And now he instructed his minions, all because this young lady here at Madia dare to speak up about the ills that they're doing in the system at local government. You know why? Because they stink, wicked, and dirty. So Juane Mandonka borrows. Right? When everybody is having a nice Christmas, she has had her stipend and her money withheld because of the PPP. And the epitome of wicked, stink, and dirty, Nigel Damlal. And they want to go and to preach to this country that they care. And that's why they got people like Conway on the Police Service Commission, because Conway, at every PP rally, at every protest against the last administration, he can care. He is going to care. The wicked, stink, and dirty. And if you don't believe us, look what they're doing in the oil and gas industry. Take a look at what they're doing in the oil and gas industry as we're heading to the main event. Take a look. This is what they're doing in the oil and gas industry, ladies and gentlemen. Right? We are made to understand that all of a sudden, they have discarded what Kaicho News told us, discarded the first set of proposals it received September of this year for aspects of the gas to shore initiative. Denga time with her, it's not to their liking. It and stink, wicked, and dirty enough for them. So they've discarded. Right? They discarded that. And they said, it is said rather that they have completely redesigned the scope of works for the gas to shore project. And they're now proposing to build an integrated gas-fired power station. So this project by now is about 15, 20, 30 billion US dollars. Right? And some aspects of the project that they could hire and fire and change whatever components they want to change without any consultation boggles the mind. So they're rigging the oil and gas sector. They come to rig the police service commission, and the list goes on. They put in the man there at GCOM to finish the work. Folks, this was happening right before our eyes. Right before our eyes. And to help us to give some context to these issues, I'm privileged to have for the main event. Privileged to have for the main event. This is a woman with her things. Let me say the way guys people understand it. She's a girl with her things. A woman we love, a woman we respect tremendously. We're going to have join us very shortly, the one and only Volda and Lawrence. But not before we say hello to Chisung Henry. Not before we say hello to Gladstone Matthews. Not before we say hello to Shondell Moses. Volda is right there and about to join us. Not before we say hello to Donna David. Guys, we love having each and every one of you share the live stream. Liron Rigby, great to have you, Liron. Good to see you there, Liron. We see also, is it Nadia Bob, Spurry Lee, Sonia Rigby, Chisung Henry. Guys, as you come on, share the live stream. Volda fired up. And she is ready to go. And we got some questions. We in your business. If you guys joined us during lunch, we will have you know, we're in your business. We all up in your business. The only question we ask is, what gift she buying for your husband? That's the only question we'd ask her. But first, folks, before Volda comes, because we know you're get distracted when Volda start talking, partner with us. Partner with us to keep this thing going, folks. Partner with us and take the opportunity to share the live stream. By now, you know this by rote. We're available via Cash App. We're available via PayPal. We're available via MMG. We are available via MoneyGram Western Union. You got any concerns, you need any guidance, you can WhatsApp us at our WhatsApp number, which incidentally is also our MMG number, 627-6963. 627-6963. Good to see George Anand there. Good to see Sharon Eastman as well. Good to see Lucy Moore. Good to see Joylyn Cook. Good to see all you fantastic folks. Margaret Nelson, good to see you as well. Good to see you, Lucy Moore. Gladstone Madju. Alia Waldron, I want his way there. Alia said, like, you abandoned me and you gone full out Christmas. Buy your fairy lights. Buy your wall-to-wall carpet. Your big fancy Christmas tree, your flat screen TV, your wash and dry and things. You gone all out. That's what we're saying. Folks, it is a privilege to us to have each and every one of you in the ring. Coming up, folks, the one and only Volda and Lawrence. The one and only. And wherever you guys are joining us from, share the live stream. GT Rude Girl, good to have you. GT Rude Girl, good to have you. Happy out here. Good to have you. Wherever you guys are joining us from around the world, we are privileged tonight to have one and only, the one and only. We ensure that everything check out right before we bring out this heavyweight. We love her thoroughly, through and through. Don't come between me and she. Y'all don't get tied up. Y'all don't get tied up now. Don't come with me story. Good to see you guys. Share the live stream wherever you're joining us from. Share the live stream. We got some stories loaded too, you know. We got a lot of stories rolling. Good to see you guys. Share the live stream. Andrew Cuthbert, we see you. Charwin McRae, we see you. Samantha Gilts, we see you there. Gwyneth Jones, we see you. Lucy Moore. Warnella Garnett. Tulsi Ram. Mohan Chetty. See you there as well. O'Neill. Vanessa. Janet, we see you too. You guys ready? Are you guys ready to have her? All right, give us one more share. Those of you who haven't shared the live stream as yet. We covered those shares from you guys. We can't do it without you. Share the live stream. We see thousands of you are watching us across social media. Thousands of you are watching us. Give the live stream a share, guys. Take a second to do that, and we head right into our interview with Volda and Lawrence. We're in the main event. We're in the main event. We're going to hold a second longer for her. We're going to hold a second longer for her while she powders her nose. In just a second, we're going to have the one and only Volda and Lawrence with us. And folks, are we ready? I don't know about you. Are you ready? Folks, let's welcome the one and only viewers from around the world. From around the world. It's our privilege to give to you the former Minister of Health, the former Minister of Social Protection, the former Chairman of the People's National Congress Reform, the one and only Volda and Lawrence. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. How are you doing?
I am doing great.
Fantastic. You look great. You look great. And we were telling our viewers, use a girl with your things. Is the curtains for us? Is the hair for us? We don't miss nothing, you know. Talk to us. How are you doing?
As I said, I'm doing fine. Earlier, I did say to you that this is my special season of the year, and so I go all out to enjoy my Christmas. Don't get too much tied up in the commercial aspect, but I like to have my home looking good, smelling good, feeling good, you know, and being among friends and family. But most of all, taking the time out to reflect on God's goodness to me and my family and those around me over the last year, and being thankful that I can see another Christmas.
Awesome. We were telling the folks that we were privileged to have you during lunch on our podcast, Below the Belt, and that we got up in your business, and the only thing we didn't ask you is why you're getting your husband for Christmas. If you tell me, we won't tell nobody. We won't tell
It will be
nobody.
a guiding secret. No, I wouldn't tell you what I'm getting my husband for Christmas because I wouldn't want him to know.
Awesome. We can take that. We can take it. We aren't going to push. Let's pick up the conversation from where we left off this midday. And one of the things we were talking about is that, 2 years out, we would have said Volda and Lawrence is the next leader of the PNCR. I think it's the 8th leader of the PNCR. We were going to say that hands down because of all the work you were doing. Very popular with the party, very popular with the country. We would have said Volda and Lawrence. The rest is history. The rest is history. What was the motivation for those persons who didn't get a chance to join us during our lunch podcast? What was the motivation to step back and to say, I want to take a break for a little bit?
There were many things. As I said earlier today, that one of the things had to do with my health. The other had to do with, from my viewpoint, where I saw there were many persons, the present PPP government and others who were trying to, let us say, put a fork in my wheel so that our party can be effective in one way or the other. Persons felt that if they took me before the court on all these charges, write all these things about me on Facebook and all sorts of things, that it will do me something personally. Well, look at me. They haven't done me a thing. I like a good laugh.
You
And
fired
I'm
up.
a and I am a very strong believer in my faith. So I know they can't do me anything. But what I know they can do, they can seek to hurt our party. Because many times our people don't read between the lines. They just hear things, they run with it, and so on. And I know that even if I'm not the face of the party, I can bring to the party so much more, that our party can be stronger, it can be more effective, it can be more impactful, and we can be able to deal with these people
Yep.
like they're
Yep.
like they need to be dealt with,
Yep.
you know? And so,
Yep.
in the interest of our people and my party, I decided that this is a time, this is not my season. This is a time for me to step back. This is a time when I can give so much more. I can train so many more people, so many warriors, to fight this fight. Um, because we have a lot of people who want to stand on the sideline and talk, yeah, 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 yeah.
No, 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 no,
That
no
will run the
standees, no
PPP.
spectators.
That will not stop the PPP. The PPP, you gotta hit them and you gotta hit them hard.
I love that. Talk to me. Talk to me now.
you know? And so basically, Duncan, it's in the interest of my party and my people. And me personally, I feel very tired and I think it's time for me to take some rest. So I will do my thing. I'm going to do me, you know, and take that break. I'm
Well,
out, but I ain't gone.
I love that. Y'all, but you're
Remember
gone,
that.
and we know that
I
when
haven't gone
we know
away.
that when you do you, things are gonna go well. We know when you do Volda, things are gonna go fantastic.
Thank you. Thank
So,
you.
we've had a very eventful campaign into the 21st Biannual Delegates Congress of the PNCR. Took on the national stage. What were your thoughts about that process? Anything there surprised you?
Yes,
The
a
campaign
lot
process.
surprised me. But let me just first say to you and the viewers that it wasn't easy sailing. We didn't wake up one morning and had the recipe for this type of hunger. And I want to tell you that it surprised me, and I'm still amazed. I'm still amazed at what God has done. I fervently believe that this was the hand of God moving with us, through us, among us, not only locally, but internationally too, and bringing us together and showing us that we have the skills, we have the know how, we have the whatever it is required to bring off such a Congress. And we did it by His mercies and His grace. And so we thank Him.
And I know that you guys surprised a lot of people by having, as I said, a very uneventful Congress, to the effect that there wasn't anything people could say that anything untoward happened. So in that regard, it was a very uneventful. You shocked a lot of folks, and the whole manner of the Congress, the hybrid nature. The
Mhm.
PNCR seemed to have set a very high bar with how internal party meetings and congresses and elections are going to happen into the foreseeable future.
Yes, yes, Duncan, we have. I must say we have set that new bar. This is going to be history. Of course, others will follow, and we are very happy that we are the first. Let me say that the world has changed. COVID-19 said to all of us, you either shape up or you're going to ship out. One of the two. You have to find ways, and you still have to find ways in which you can operate in a safe environment. And so it's up to you to take that bold step forward. Many persons within the party, many of the leaders, they were not sure that we could have done it. They had their doubts. Many people had their doubts, even right down to the wire. People had their doubts. But somehow, I can say to you, you see, when you plan and you strategize, you will make mistakes, but you'll be able to control whatever comes out of those mistakes. And so this Congress started very early in the year when the then leader, um, Comrade Granger, put in place an ad hoc committee. And what he said to them, and he didn't just use party persons, he brought in other persons. And he said, look, our constitution dictates that we have biennial congresses where we choose our leaders, whether we want to put the same leaders back in or whether we want to put new persons in. But we're in a pandemic and we're 1 year late. Could you please look at all of the possibilities and make recommendations as to how we can have a Congress held in a safe and secure environment and come out smelling like the roses and and not have the garbage thrown on us. Right? And that committee made two recommendations. And the central executive adopted the second recommendation. And what we did, we put a committee in place headed by Dr. Richard Van Westray. And they took that option two and they fleshed it out. And they came back to us with a comprehensive report that one not only said that you can do it, but also tell us what we needed to put in place to have it done. And they came back with TORs, etc. The whole work they came back with. Um, it was an all male committee, and I don't know what um, would have inspired them to work so hard. Perhaps you may know them, because I know you don't know these things, you know, the little background.
I got the files.
But from all accounts, they did work very hard. They brought that report back to the central executive. Of course, you know, it wasn't just bring the report and we accept the report. A lot of questions were asked of them. We sought clarifications, etc., and had a little tweak in here and a little tweak in there. And then it was unanimously adopted by the central executive. And so we had this manuscript to run with and to sell it to our comrades across the 10 administrative regions in Guyana and also our North American body. And there were some doubting Thomases, you know, we need them. The Bible said the wheat and the tares got to grow together, you know.
Yep.
And for me, I would say that those who did not have the faith give me more strength because somehow I felt within me that my God wouldn't put us to shame. My God is bigger than that. And the fact that this is something that is embraced by the entire leadership of the party. I believe that if we set out asking his guidance and so on, I believe that we can do it. You know, let me just pray here, Duncan, if you would have me.
Go right ahead.
I always believe that as Guyanese, we always sell ourselves so short. We always believe that somebody got to come from somewhere to do something new. Hello, we
Yeah.
are God's creation, made in His image and His likeness, and we can do anything because we have dominion over the earth. We can do anything. I'm not here to preach.
Amen. I'm gonna pick up
I
an
will.
offering at the end of this year. To tell you know, I can pick up an offering.
All right, so I want to keep it clean. All right, and let it smell like a rose. So, as I said to you, that having done that, we set about to establish the committees. The committees had they worked very, very hard because they had to go all across the country to meet with our leadership teams in the various regions and districts and sell this new approach to our Congress. Of course, our comrades were disappointed. Coming to Congress for that 4 days, etc. It's a big event,
Yep, bacchanal.
You have to show
Political
your
bacchanal.
dress and get your pants and, you know,
The
and then
camaraderie and
persons,
everything else.
yes, yes, yes. So persons really, really could not see us having something outside of that. This party is 64 years old. 64 years old. And at 64, we were seeking to change from the norm, what persons are accustomed to bringing something new, something where people tell you, oh, you're going to see people on TV and all of that. I mean, to use your imagination to think of such a thing, was putting your brains to a lot of work. But notwithstanding, I must say that we rose to the occasion. And while we heard so many persons who are not members of the People's National Congress reform, but who seem to have got a vested interest in the destruction of the CNCR, because most of them were not fighting us on and, giving us words of encouragement and so on. We heard that, that would have been doomsday for us,
And here you are. Here you
and
are. Here you
and
are.
I must say, through it all, most of us, we were very optimistic. At one point, I had the opportunity as the acting leader, the person carrying out the responsibility of our leader who took off on leave to attend to his own personal welfare. I had the opportunity to be holding that mantle and holding the rope tight. And perhaps at sometimes I demanded too much of my colleagues, but today they can laugh and bash in our achievements and how they contributed to this first hybrid Congress by our party across the country and also in the diaspora.
Fantastic work.
Yes.
Fantastic work.
And I'm quite certain that they're going to have a wonderful holiday. They're probably celebrating
Lots of
already
sleep.
without me.
Lots of
And the
sleep.
rest is history, as I told you. I had that mandate, and I felt leading up to the Congress within the last 3 weeks that I needed to go around the country and to meet with each committee to do an assessment, to assess where they were and whether they were ready. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, I am so proud of our comrades, so proud of them, because by the time I went to some of the regions, the committee already had everything locked down. People had their COVID signs up, they had COVID training, they had already made their ballot boxes. Man, it was tremendous to see
Ready for
what
Congress.
we can do as Guyanese. And today, we can look back at it and all of us can lay claim that I did something, he did something, she did something, all of us did something. Even our elders who came in, met with the central executive, shared with us their concerns. We shared with them, brought them up to scratch. They made recommendations. Man, look, this was a happy family. Thanks to COVID-19. We did it. We did it.
Look, it was said that okay, we were looking because you would have said to the public you're going to wait until nomination to see the nominations that are made before you made a decision whether you were going to run or not run, and then you said, and they were lots of sad people. I mean, I in the PNCR, well, I was sad too, and that You didn't run. I mean, if people run and lose to Volda Lawrence, you're well beaten. So, we were watching that, and then you said you weren't going to run. But then the other thing kicked in, and people said, whoever Volda backs for leader, go win. Whoever Volda backs for leader, go win. And Comrade Norton, Aubrey Norton, the new leader of the PNCR, the thing speaks to itself. The man has won. So the question is, did you back Norton for leader?
No, I did not back anyone.
I in the
Um,
polling place with you, and I want to see how you vote.
no problem, Duncan. I will do that especially. I'll ask the presiding officer to let you accompany me.
Please and thank you.
But let me just say this. Having had the responsibility to act as leader put me in a very small place in that if you know me, I tell you it like it is. I tell you, whether you're right or you're wrong, if I have to compliment you, whatever, I tell you that when you're wrong, and I'm telling you. And so I felt that having had that responsibility, I had to be like the chief standalone and walk that straight white line so that I can be approachable. And if I have to speak to any one of the candidates, it must not go across, oh, that she's talking to me because she's not backing me, she's backing the other candidate. No. And let me just say this that over the last couple of months, myself, Comrade Norton, Comrade Van Western, we have been together, we formed ourselves into a group, and we were speaking to membership and so on. And one of the things that we decided is that when we do that, that since both of them had already put themselves in the public domain that they were running, that they will not campaign during those meetings. And those two men did act honorably, and they did not campaign. And at the end, I did compliment them. And I even asked them, I said, look, I've worked with both of you for the past couple of months. And so I have seen the type of qualities which you have. Both of you have good qualities to bring to this party. But like the other colleagues, I only have one vote and I can't split it in two. So, I would have been very happy if the two of you can come together and decide which of you will run. But the guys didn't yield to me, man. I think I wasn't sweet enough. But notwithstanding, I think overall we've had a very good campaign. There were a lot of persons who became over ambitious for the candidate and did something outside of acceptability. And I can tell you, they really had me on it, man, because I had to be monitoring Facebook and, taking
Call
all the
names, man. Call
complaints
names.
and,
Call names to
oh
us.
my gosh, and calling them up and say, hello, take that thing down. Hello, that was not a good thing to say. And so on. And you know what? Man, look here. I will look back at this Congress for a very long time in my life. Do you know how many persons haven't had to chide them on something or the other that we have become more close? We have been able to develop a relationship, and I feel very good about it. Some person would do it and then they would say, I thought it wasn't something good. All right, I'll take it down. People would call you way into the night. Oh, Madam Chair, you see what expression put up on Facebook? Oh, for me now. I got to take about 20 minutes to get onto Facebook. And then to find it, and then to call the person and ask them to take it down and so on. But as I said, it was a very good campaign for all of the candidates. They went across the country. They rile up our membership. People were hurt, people felt despondent, people felt lost. There were all sorts of emotions that our comrades and supporters were going through after being abused when the present government took over office. And I believe the campaign was medicine for our comrades and our supporters. And so I said, as I visited all of those regions, I said to the leadership, I said, when you would have done all that you require to do, I want you to understand that there's one thing else you have to do. At the end of this Congress, whomever the membership choose to be the leader, that person will be our leader. And we will not have any tugging and pulling. If your candidate lose, better luck next time. But whomever emerges as leader, that is the person we must support, and we must give them 110 support. And I said it, I believe it, and I have begun to ask myself.
Yep. Fantastic. Heavy as the head that wears the crown. Aubrey Compton Norton is now the new leader of the PNCR. It is said that we read somewhere in one of the dailies that you are going to be advising him, as I'm certain you are going to be. What do you think in this new dispensation should be the first steps in this new dispensation of the party?
I think the new dispensation has to be reaching out to all of those persons who ran in the elections with Mr. Norton. We know that there are a lot of provocateurs out there and a lot of mischief makers and persons who do not want to see the PNC unite and be that formidable force that we are. And so being fragmented is in their best interest and not in the interest of our party, our comrades, and our supporters and the country at large. And so I believe it is reaching out to those persons who ran against Mr. Norton. And thankfully, he has begun to do that. I think it is also speaking to our members so that they can understand that the past is the past and we're moving ahead. We have to build our party. We have to ensure that we strengthen our groups and we have a party as more than what we are accustomed to. Because previously, we use them that little rat-a-tat story. Pa, 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 pa. Now you got to use pods and all them fancy things with the got, right? So we got to be more modern in our approach. We have to keep in contact with our people and keep our pulse, our fingers on the pulse, the issues which are affecting our people and all of the people of Guyana. We have to ensure that we can pull all those things together, pull all those organizations, and so many more things we have to do so that we can let the PPP understand that the chair in which they sit, they're only there at the behest of the Guyanese people. It is not a legacy. It is not a kingdom. No crown was passed down. And just as they have been put there, they can be removed. And so they have been put there to do right by the people of Guyana. And let me take this opportunity to say to President Ali and others that we, the people, are not feeling you. Nothing is trickling down. There is a blockage. Prices are going sky high. Every minute you come out the supermarket and you turn back in, the price gone up. There is some madness going on in this country that merchants feel that they can hold people to ransom. This morning, you paid one price. This
Yep.
evening,
Yep.
the price gone up again. Rice gone up, sugar gone up, oil gone up, flour gone up. Everything has gone up. Based on what? Based on what? So you could give how many 7%? How many 2 weeks pay? How many months salary?
How
It
many
is
hampers?
gone. It is gone. The people at the bottom cannot enjoy a good life. And we are not going to accept it because we're no longer a poor country. The
Very
rent
well.
got
Very well.
come down.
Yep. Very well. My final question, Comrade Lawrence. David Arthur Granger, His Excellency, was president for 5 years. Lots of persons were upset with him when he left office. They thought he handed over the government to these jagabats based on the brutality we've seen them unleash on the Guyanese people over the last 18, 19 months. Lots of folks still upset with him. We saw him as leader of the PNCR, as you articulated during the course of this program, went off to look after his personal welfare, wasn't able to be part of the Congress and all of that. What do you think in hindsight? We know that you've worked very closely with him in the past. What do you think when all the dust is settled will be his legacy?
Oh, I think the former president and leader of my great party will have many things um, to look back on, and many persons will continue to repeat his name and speak of his era. I think above everything else, it was that peace that we enjoyed in our country. There was just a, a peace in the environment, a peace with the people. You felt comfortable with each other. Um, I don't think people these as presently have to pretend that, I love you, are wearing red and yellow, and all of those things that is happening now. During his legacy, we saw that by leadership, he exemplified that we are one Guyana, we're one people, one nation, and we must forge one destiny. I think that resonates all across this country. I think, secondly, has to be the discipline which he brought. He was not afraid to address issues in any strata of our society. He dealt with corruption in the police force. He dealt with issues in the armed forces, etc., etc. Wherever the buck fell, he allowed due process to prevail. I think in our legal affairs too, where we saw the independence being given back to the judiciary. I believe we could have done more there, but God is in charge. And I believe those tenants people will always speak of them, always speak of them. I believe the way in which he addressed the public servant, the way in which he addressed education, his vision for housing, the fact that when his ministers brought services, they did not bring for one set of people, but services were had by persons in various communities across this country. Um, I think also that of the boys and girls having access to school, access to education, access to health care. It is so much. Even in the foreign affairs. I mean, when we took over this country, we were the last in stop, and the tremendous amount of work that was done in the foreign affairs, foreign service, etc. will continue to resonate and as people reflect on his legacy. I can go on and on and on and on here. Um, but I believe as the dust settles and people recognize that the persons whom we have are as false as the words that they said when they try to get people to vote for them. You know, all the money that they would have paid for salaries, scholarships, this, that, etc., and so on. I think persons now can be able to look back and say, you know, I was better off under the David Granger administration. And so his legacy will live on, no doubt about that. His legacy will live on.
Fantastic, fantastic. As we head into this Christmas weekend, we got Christmas comes up on Christmas Eve tomorrow, Christmas on Saturday, Boxing Day on Sunday. What are your thoughts to the guidance people as we close?
Look, Christmas is about Jesus Christ. We just set aside this day to celebrate that God would give us his son. And God don't want us to go beyond what he has given us. Whatever you have, that is Christmas. Christmas is in here to be happy that he chose to save us. And so I believe that Christmas time is the time when we show forth God's attributes, you know, love and care and affection. And so don't eat all, don't grab all. Remember somebody down the street. Remember the child who don't have a toy or wouldn't have a toy because his or her parents or guardians cannot afford it. So when you go to buy toys for your children or your grandchildren, buy two toys for two other children. When you go to the supermarket and you pick up a pack of rice, pick up a pack of rice for somebody else. That is what Christmas is about. When you bake all those pans, the cake I'm seeing on Facebook, cut it up, share it, give people something. Let the joy of Christmas be in your embracing others and showing God unconditional love. Don't go and spend out your money because when you tie Christmas Day, the merchants will be counting. And then from January, you're looking for a taxi fare to go to work. Do not spend out all your money. Put your money up. Life goes on. And everyone, wherever you are this evening, I send you a virtual hug and wish you a Merry Christmas and pray that you will have an awesome 2022. Thank you so much, Duncan, for having me. Keep the good work up. Keep them on their toes. Spread the information. And I pray that God will give you long life and to keep this program on the air. And he will send sponsors. He will send sponsors because people need to hear what you have to say. And so I just wish you and your family and all the people there an awesome Christmas. And if you feel like passing by me, I will share whatever I have, even if it's some okra and saltfish bun. We gonna walk it up with some dogs.
Good. Deal. Deal. We work it out. Thank you so much for your kind thoughts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we receive that here at this end. We receive that energy. We receive that blessing in our lives at this end. Thank you so much to the
You're
one and
most
only
welcome.
Volda Ann Lawrence, former Minister of Social Protection, former Minister of Health, former Chairman of the PNCR, and still out here fighting the good fight. Thank you very much, Comrade Lawrence. Thank you so
You're
much.
most welcome. Good
Awesome.
night.
Folks,
Good night to everyone.
thanks again. Folks, that's our program. That's our program tonight. Thank you so much for staying into the overtime with us. We are going to greet you longer tomorrow evening. We've gone into the overtime. We don't want to press our luck with you guys. Come on board and be a partner with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much, Comrade Lawrence. It's been an education. It has been an education. Always has been every time we talk with you. And you know, when the elders are speaking, we don't interrupt. We sit down and we listen and we absorb. We assimilate. That's how we behave. We don't interrupt and we don't rush out the door because we know when the elders are speaking. You understand me? We sit down and we pay attention. We pay attention. Thank you guys for joining us. You guys make the program what it is. Thanks for coming through, guys. That's our program for this evening. Share the live stream as you go. We want to see those emojis. Stay safe.